Hi, class. So I want to walk through with you guys the different things that you are going to need to have open and kind of the process that we are going to use to start exploring our different pathways here. Okay, so go ahead right now as I'm talking, go ahead and get your Chromebooks open if they're not already. And the best that you can, just follow along with me as I get things opened up, as I go to a certain tab to look at certain things. Just follow along with me. I think that'll make more sense on this, more so than trying to remember it all and then do it all on your own after the video. Okay, so Chromebooks are open. You're quiet, you're paying attention, you're watching, you're listening, following along as I go here. Okay. All right, so here's what our slide looks like. Every time we're going to do a pathway, we're going to need 5 different resources or 5 different tabs open. Okay? And that doesn't mean that this process is really difficult or it's going to take a super long time. There's just a couple of different small assignments that we do. There's a few different places where we get our information from. Okay. All right, so the first thing it says that we need is the Canvas pathway slideshow. Okay, and up here in the upper left-hand corner, it says that everything's in Canvas in Module 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Canvas. Go to Freshman Seminar, and I'm going to go to Module 3 here. Okay. Pretty much everything you'll see, we're doing education today, right? It tells you at the top, we're doing education. You'll see that everything moves horizontally here. So education, all this is education stuff. This over here is education stuff. So it just moves left to right for each pathway. Then next time we do this, it'll be law and public safety, same thing. Okay, you see what I'm talking about. Okay, first thing that it said is education or the pathway slideshows. So that's this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and click that and open it up. We're going to get everything opened before we really start doing any work. Okay. So that's the first thing. Second thing, it says Canvas and then the pathway exploration assignment. So I go back, Canvas module 3 right there, exploration assignment, education exploration assignment. So I'm going to click that and open that up. That'll open in a new tab. Okay. Number 3, I need Pathful Explorer. Sometimes you'll hear me call that virtual job shadow. That's used to be what it's called. That's still like the URL, like web address of it is virtual job shadow, but they changed the name to Pathful Explorer. So we're going to go through Clever. All right, so open a tab with Clever here. All right, if you scroll down to the section that says supplemental resources right here, it'll be the second to last one. It'll be called Pathful Explorer. I would put the heart on that so it shows up in your favorites because we're going to use it every day. We're going to go ahead and open that up. Okay, next it says I need Canvas and Module 3, the list of the careers to research. Well, I already have that original tab of Canvas Module 3 open, and what it's talking about is this stuff right here, and I'll explain more on that here in a moment, but I do already have it open, okay? Then the last thing is the Student Academy / Pathway slideshow, and it says it's in Google Drive. It's not in Google Drive yet because you guys are going to create a copy of the template that I have created for you today, and then it will be in your Google Drive. Okay, so the last thing we need open, go back to the tab that you have Canvas and Module 3. And right here at the top, or towards the top, it says Student Academy / Pathway slideshow template. It says you're going to make a copy and then star it in Google Drive. So I'm going to click that. Yes, I want to make a copy. And then the first thing I want you to do is right up here next to the title, there's a white star. You're going to click that and turn it blue. Okay. That way it'll be easy to find every time that we need to work on this. Okay. Which is going to be every time we work on a pathway. Okay. We have our 5 resources open. Now we can get going on process. Okay. So I want you to understand a couple of things. That the objective of this is not to go as fast as you can and just get the work done. It's not worth a lot of points. It's by design that it's not worth a lot of points. The point of this is to make sure that you are learning everything you possibly can about our pathways and our academies, so you can make an educated decision when choosing your pathway for your sophomore through senior year. Okay. So take your time to actually learn, and don't see it as soon as I get done with this assignment, then I'm done with it type thing, because the assignment's not going to really be worth that many points. Okay. All right. So on the Academy Pathway Student slideshow here, you can go ahead and put your name and block here. At a later time, you can enter in your Strength Finders top 5. Okay, so that's just your title page. So we're really only going to be using 2 slides today. You see up here that it says Pathway Education on slide number 2, and same for slide number 3, Pathway Education. Okay, so we're going to use those 2 slides, number 2 and number 3. Our other assignment is that other tab of Canvas where we have the Education Exploration assignment. Okay, and if we preview, it'll say take quiz for you. And if we look at that, once you hit take the quiz, you can see that there are 4 different questions. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Okay, so question number 1 talks about which of the following careers would fit into the education pathway. Okay, most of the information that you're going to need for this that is about our pathway, that's not necessarily about like careers that you want to find stuff out about, but just about our pathway, right? And it says here that they would fit into our pathway, is going to be in that education pathway slideshow you opened up. So if I look, that doesn't have anything about careers. That doesn't have anything about careers. But if I look on slide 4, it does have careers, right? The high wage, high skill, high demand careers. It lists some right here. Okay. So you're going to select the 3 that apply, that fit into that pathway. Question number 2 asks you to match the description of the course to the name of the course. Okay. Well, that's on slide number 2 right here. Okay, so we can find that for grade 10, 11, and 12 for the Foundations, Principles, and Advanced class. So I know where to find that. Question 3, which building or faculty are your junior, senior level classes held in? It's on my wall, right? On the Academy map, and you can also find that in the slideshow on slide number 3. Okay, so we've got everything we need so far for that. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Question 4, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being no interest, 5 being extreme interest, how much do you like this pathway? How interested are you, right? So you're going to give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me, then you will submit it, okay? And then we'll be done with that one already. So your other assignment then is the slideshow. So on slide 2 here for the pathway education, name the 3 high wage, high skill, high demand careers that interest you the most. Okay. So if it's the high wage, high skill, high demand careers, that term comes from our pathways and academies, right? So if I go back here, on the education pathway slideshow, here's that same terminology. Sometimes it'll have 4 or 5 careers listed. Sometimes it'll be 15 to 20. Okay, today it's only like 5 or 6. So you're choosing which 3 of these careers, if you wanted to go into education, that would interest you the most. It doesn't mean that you have to go into education, but if you are going to, which 3 interest you the most? Okay, so that's what you're going to put there. 3 companies that are in the Tri-City area that you believe best fit with this pathway. That's not going to be in Canvas or that slideshow for you to find. You're going to need to go out to Google every time we do this and find those companies in Grand Island, Kearney, or Hastings that you believe best fit with that pathway. Obviously, for this first one, education, the companies are the schools, right? So school districts or specific schools. And then over here, I want you to tell me, after you read the descriptions about what students learn in each grade level course, okay, for 10, 11, 12, I want you to tell me the 2 most important things that they would learn from those 2 classes. Okay, so you're going to write those there. Once we have that done, we're done with slide 2. All right, slide 3. So our slide on the projector today is going to tell us that we need to research at least 3 careers, and we're going to do that with Pathful Explorer, okay? And so what we need to do to find those careers, okay, so this slide number 3 on my student slideshow, this is where I'm going to put that information. It tells me right here that I'm going to use Pathful Explorer to find them. We're going to use Canvas and Module 3 to help guide us on that, okay? If you open up this tab right here, and in this 3rd column right here, you'll see it says Pathful Explorer. We're going to go to Career Central and then Career Profiles. Okay, so I click my tab for Pathful Explorer, said Career Central at the very top, and then Career Profiles. Okay, now it tells me here in red that I need to search for teacher. So I go back here, I search for teacher, and I hit enter. Here's what you need to understand about it. Every time we do this. This website is not designed specifically for just our pathways and academies. Okay, there's many schools out there that use this. So not everything is going to apply. Okay, so like education manager, that's not going to apply for what we're doing. Marine engineering instructor, that doesn't apply for what you're going to learn in the education pathway. Same thing on like a skydiving instructor. Okay, so we can't just use anything. So the careers that you can choose from for those 3 that you need to research are a teacher, principal, or school counselor at any grade level in a school. Okay, so if I come back here and look, you could probably use assistant superintendent, but that'd be a ways down the road. An athletic director is a principal. Okay, let's see, kindergarten teacher, principal elementary, principal high school, college professor, school counselor, teacher childcare, teacher high school. Okay, those would be the things that we're looking at. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use principal for an elementary school. I'm going to click on that one, and that's going to be my first one. Okay, so I would come over here, and right here, I would write principal elementary school. The things that you're going to use on this, okay? If you look on the left-hand side, there's job shadowing video, which is a video that is going to kind of explain and show you what a principal at an elementary school does in a day-to-day setting. Q&A videos, those are at the bottom where they ask them questions and those principals answer them, okay? Career description. This is going to give you the different duties, your schedule that you might encounter, some information about the job to better understand it. Okay, so we need to kind of be looking at all that stuff. Obviously for these, if you're watching videos, both in Pathful Explorer, and I'll go back to this real quick. There's videos at the end of this slideshow. Okay, you need to be watching those videos for sure. Okay, watch those videos. But you need to use headphones. Okay, do so responsibly, please. Use your technology responsibly and what you need to use it for to learn today. Okay, not your own personal music. You can use your own headphones, earbuds. Otherwise, I have some hanging up on the wall over there that you can borrow as well. Okay, but do not just play the sound like quiet where you think only you can hear it. That's very distracting to others. Okay, all right. So career description. Required education. Okay, so that is the first thing, minimum education that it asks for. So if I go back to Pathful, it would tell me that I need a master's degree in education administration or leadership. So that's what I would put here. Okay, next, I'm looking for earnings, the median in Nebraska. Okay, so I click on earnings. And in Nebraska, wages in Nebraska, if I hover over the middle one, there's your wages. The median wages in Nebraska is $103,140. If you're interested, you can look at any state you want and see how that changes things, okay? But for your slideshow, we're going to put Nebraska. The job outlook growth. I go back to Pathful Explorer and look at future outlook. It's telling me that this employment is growing by 4%. Okay, so I would come back here and I would put plus 4%. And then I just want you to come up with a one sentence description on you just explaining this career to me. What did you learn about it? Okay, so none of this is really difficult. It's not going to take you a lot of time. That's by design. The time really comes into making sure that you're watching the videos and you're reading the information and you're doing everything you can to be critical about learning. Do I like this pathway, and what do I like about it? What don't I like about it? Which careers maybe do I like with it? Understanding whether or not this would be a good pathway for you. Okay. So once you finish those, then we are done with that pathway, and then we would be ready to go for the next one. Okay, but we are only doing the first one today. Okay, thanks guys.